Now, induced hair growth can occur usually on three things. Now, what I would always check is one, what laser are they using on your skin? Is it the correct wavelength? Now, this is really important to ensure they're using the correct energy and the correct depth of laser to really pick up those follicles of your hairs, and obviously making sure it's safe for your skin tone. Another thing I would always check and double check with the practitioners is, what type of levels are they using on you? Now, inexperienced practitioners may have levels that they are capped to use, sadly, which may mean they cannot take your levels to the next step. Now, what does that mean? As your hairs thin out throughout your treatments, you will need higher energy levels. There are some practices that may keep you on the same setting, and if they're inexperienced, they may not be able to change different settings that are available on the systems. Now, what different settings are there? It can be quite techy and a lot of science behind it, but the simplest way to explain is when the hairs start to thin out, you will need to hit that hair with a faster energy and a higher energy setting. If that's not being done, you are going to warm up, almost cook the surrounding area, and that will then stimulate new hair growth that maybe one, wasn't there in the first place, or two, will just make those hairs that you're trying to kill and reduce grow longer and just be very, very stubborn to treat. Another thing as well is to check your consistency. Now, some patients do have breaks in between, and although a holiday here and there is fine, do ensure you're communicating with your practice and ensuring you're rebooking your sessions at the suggested intervals, because this, again, you will catch the hairs at the correct cycles. If this is not being done, you may be catching the hairs or not catching the hairs at the resting stage where there's actually no follicles at all. And then again, you're sending that heat into the skin and all you're doing is just cooking the area, which then could lead to induced hair growth. Now, if you're unsure and maybe you've had laser elsewhere that sadly hasn't worked, do feel free to reach out to my practice. Our very experienced and highly skilled practitioners with set protocols that we can really elevate your settings will be sure to book you in and advise you whether we can treat your type of hair and get you the results you're looking for.